A few hundred years ago, doing anything this book recommends would have made you a criminal. The title of the book, Consorting with Spirits, is taken from the name of the crime you would have been charged with back in 17th century England. More than a few men and women were tried, found guilty, and hanged for it. Witch hysteria being what it is, most of the people they charged probably didn't do any actual conjuring or consorting with spirits, but many others did. We know from written testimony, as well as from surviving grimoires and manuals of cunning people, that, despite it being a crime, folks were trafficking with spirits. Let's take a moment to really appreciate this. Spirits were considered so important and powerful that people risked imprisonment and execution to contact them and communicate with them. The knowledge of how to manage this bridge between worlds was contraband of the highest order, the very knowledge you now hold in your hands. So let's get down to some criminal undertakings, shall we? Apart from a nod to the criminal charge faced by our predecessors, the other reason this book is called Consorting with Spirits is that it speaks to what I and most serious magicians and witches do throughout our lives. We don't just conjure a spirit once and ask for wisdom or boons. We consort. Merriam-Webster defines the verb consort as to keep company. Cambridge Dictionary lists it as to spend a lot of time in the company of a particular group of people, especially people whose character is not approved of. Oxford gives us the following definition: habitually associate with someone, typically with the disapproval of others. The key here is not the bit about bad character or disapproving authorities, though you will encounter both if you do this long enough, but the idea of keeping habitual company. Every successful witch, sorcerer, and magician I know counts spirits among their list of friends, co-workers, and cohorts in the art. There is a relationship that develops between sorcerer and spirit, and just like relationships with people, it can take many forms, each requiring its own type of care and cultivation. You see, it's the relationship that really matters. Not whether the spirit is in the correct column for the planet or whether the description in the book fits your needs. Those things matter for choosing spirits to make initial contact with, but that's just the starting point. Similar to relationships with people, something grows between you and a spirit you interact with regularly.